set. So there. Yep.
Okay. We are ready.
Here's long, but it's really good for pulling back when I...
Oh, it's getting long enough to where you can pull it back?
Yeah,
to
I can
a
when I
ponytail?
garden or that sort of stuff, so that makes me happy.
Get it up off your neck.
All right.
Alrighty.
We're already recording.
Oh! Hello, everybody.
Today is Saturday, May 10th. This is Flosstube number 75. I'm Roberta.
I'm Linnie.
And we are
The Sable Stitchers.
I'm going to move that just a tad. If you're new here, SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy. We're always excited to share new things. And
I love it. I love it. I'm so excited to start more.
New to us things. And yeah, this is a video mostly about cross-stitch and other needlework endeavors. And we hope if you like our content that you will like the video and consider subscribing so we can keep in touch. We love getting to know our viewers, whether through comments or when we run into you out in the wild. And so we just really appreciate our viewers. We love it when you leave comments, and we try to read every one of them.
I think we got every one of them this time.
I think you did. I might have a few left to go.
I am so excited. I feel like I visited with every one of you this time around. So thank you so much for your thoughts and
I don't think there were any questions.
No, I think if there was any, somebody had asked about a count that I was starting something on, and I did answer that for you. I've been kind of into, I like 36, but I have been buying 18 count because I can still do one thread and it still counts as 36, but it is a little easier on the eyes. So, and I have found some gorgeous fabric. Cedar River Cross Stitch Emporium is selling Cedar River now.
Okay.
And she didn't have 36 when I looked her up, but she had 16 and 30, or 18 and 32. 16, 18, and 32, I think.
Is that a website or an Etsy shop?
She's going to be an LNS. She's in the process of
brick and mortar,
of building a location, so she's pretty excited. It's the Cross Stitch Emporium. Her name is Jenny. I ordered it 2 days prior, and I received it. I mean, it was so fast. So
where's
yay,
that
Jenny!
I'm not familiar with that. Where's that located?
She is in Sheridan, Wyoming, I think.
Oh wow, okay.
So anyway, thank you, Jenny, and the fabric is lovely. Yeah, Cedar River's really nice. This was overcast. I might have it with me today. I do have it with me today. So anyway, but yeah, I've kind of crossed between linen and Ada, so it's okay. I love it.
That's all good. If whatever
you
enjoy.
It's all good, and I do enjoy it.
Okay.
So
we usually start with a little bit of a life update. So if you're welcome to hang out and hear what's been going on the past couple of weeks with us, but if not, feel free to fast forward to get to where we start showing stitching. But Linnie, what's new with you?
I'm kind
You had
of
talked about Wyatt last time being
Wyatt.
at Nationals.
Yes, he did make it to Reno Nationals. He did have to
gymnastics. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Gymnastics. And he is very, very good. And he has done very well this season. We are so proud of him. But he had to move up to a new level because he had just turned a new age. And put him up with the 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. And they've been competing for a lot longer. So
that makes a big difference.
He knows that he needs to work harder. And but we're so proud. He didn't medal at Nationals, but he has medaled in every other one. So we're just really proud of him. And he started when he was 4 years old, and he's 15 now, and very tall. He's gotten so tall, and I think the height, his new height,
that does make
is making a difference because
throws off your center of balance.
It does,
so.
And but I think when I see pictures of him, I think he looks great. But in competition, a new level. He'll do a whole lot better next year, but we are so proud of him. And the two older boys are in rugby at rugby games today, which scares me half to death. And so, and then Grant got to go to a couple of football camps that they had invited him to. So,
Oh, that's fun.
he thinks he's Patrick Mahomes, but we'll just let him keep on thinking that.
Well, boys have to have, everyone has to have their dreams.
He's got
and
goals. He's got goals and dreams, but he's not Patrick Mahomes. But he's cute. That's all I've got.
Okay.
Oh, we did want to mention May is our anniversary month. We are celebrating our 54th wedding anniversary at the end of this month. We won't see you before the end of this month. So I just wanted to pass that on. Ike is doing better. We still can't get that doggone wound to close up. He's going through some skin grafting right now. Technology is improving. This is kind of weird, but they're using fish skin to use as, you start with fish skin and then you'll eventually go up to skin. But I told him the next time
all the things you're learning about medical.
Oh, I know it, and it's like I
advancements.
have not a nursing bone in my body, but I do have to learn. But anyway, so I told him the next time he goes in, tell him that he was having a craving for sushi. So anyway, so
making the best out of it.
he bless his heart. I don't know. I just don't know. I think it's getting better, and then it turns again. So he's having to deal with it a lot more than I'm dealing with it. But it's the both of us. But just keep saying prayers for him.
Yeah, and prayers for you as caregiver. That's definitely
caregiver is a very important job too.
Yes.
Okay, that's enough for me.
All right. I've just had a busy couple of weeks, and I started physical therapy for my foot last week, and then I also started working with a personal trainer I'm going to do that, I think, through the summer, because I hate to admit it, but balance is an issue with me.
It's getting to be with me too.
And so he's helping me with that, and then also just various joint kind of things. So I think if he gives me a path, I can follow it, but just getting there. And then the physical therapy, I've been having pain in my foot, since the break, and so working through some of those things. So I'm, it all takes a little bit of time away from stitching, but in the long run, hopefully it'll make
At least it's not an arm.
No, it'll make me able to stitch longer. So that's my goal. And also been doing lots and lots of gardening.
Yay!
There's I keep finding holes that need to be filled and that kind of thing. And I hope to be doing a garden video after we mulch, probably in June. But I'm happy.
Is it the spring punch needle? I think there's one in there. It says there is no garden without weeds. And I thought about you. I thought about making it for you. Then I went, nah.
Oh, that's sweet. But that's so true. Yes, there are weeds, and in our case, poison ivy. I have my little bit of poison ivy.
Yeah, you do.
But not too bad. It's not, it's not keeping me up or anything. So, I'm very excited about how it's looking. Most things have come back. And once again, battling those darn little bunnies, but I'm just
it's so
thrilled.
pretty back there, you guys.
Coming.
It is absolutely. I'm looking back there.
It's a joy.
Her lavender is growing. There's little birds.
We've had a Baltimore Oriole.
Oh, you have?
So that's gorgeous. So
I wish you could see from the kitchen. It's gorgeous. It's just
maybe I'll throw in a picture.
Oh, there's bird feeders out there.
Yeah,
squirrels. We have had gorgeous weather. I mean, as a matter of fact, the kids are home. They bought a lily pad, one of those great big lily pads for their pool. And I wanted to see him jump in the water because it's still cold. But I think they're going to have a lot of
there's
fun.
a sparrow on our screen probably teasing the cat because the cat's out on the screened-in porch.
Yeah. I could just sit out there near. She has a little screen porch right off here that overlooks the garden. Oh, you guys, this house is just amazing. I
bought
love
it for
your
the
house.
yard. We bought definitely.
So-
And then I also wanted to mention I've had a busy couple of weeks of volunteering. I did a lot of volunteering over the past week because it's going to be year end for the school, the Head Start program I volunteer at, and it was also Teacher Appreciation Week. So the principal had a lot of things she wanted to do for the teachers, and so I did things on several days, including yesterday afternoon. Friday afternoon, I took a nacho bar for them, and they had like a little award ceremony. They give out these different awards for, who's the most enthusiastic and who's the most this. And they were so appreciative after, sometimes
Teachers love. They're so cute, but they love their snacks.
Well, at just the end of the week to, have something like that, with a little treat like that. And they were very appreciative, got lots of hugs. And so that was a lot of fun. And on Monday, I drove the bookmobile again for the first time since breaking my foot. And I'll put in a picture if you ever want to know what our bookmobile looks like. Again, the school we went to, the kids were so appreciative, talking to some, like the fifth graders, about, you're going to be in middle school next year. Definitely a lot of mixed feelings about that. And then the coordinator who was running the kids, keeping the kids coming out to visit the bookmobile and pick out their books, was in tears because of the things the little ones were saying about getting to keep books. And so it was a fun day. So, I definitely get way more out of my volunteering than I put into it.
That's nice. I did have a little note about books that
Okay.
For you grandparents, aunts, uncles. Anyway, something that I did, because all my kids lived out of state. So when they were tiny, and it just broke my heart when they all moved away. But then they all came back. But anyway, every month I sent them a book once a month.
That's a great idea.
And I put it in an envelope.
You had your own Dolly Parton program.
And it was just their own, addressed to them. And then they got a book from me and Papa every month, so they had their own little library. And then just kind of, I think I did it till they were about 10 or 11. But, it was fun to pick out books, and it's a nice way to stay in contact with them. And I think it's a good idea, and it keeps them reading.
And I definitely get an idea of, my kids are older, so you definitely get an idea seeing what the kids are picking on the bookmobile. And then we also have donated books that they also get to pick, from tables of gently donated books. And they had one about a girl engineer, and so I wanted to get that one for Clara. And it was funny, my younger son had just made a comment to me. He said it seemed like when I was growing up, we had a lot of books that had really great illustrations, which was interesting. He would remember that, because I always kind of was drawn to the illustrations when I was picking out books from the Scholastic Book Club or whatever. And he remembered that and wants to get more of those kinds of books for Enzo.
Yeah.
So
I'd asked him, I says, tell me something that, that you really enjoyed besides me being there. And, because it was always, Mimi's here. And I just loved that. But they said that it was their book of the month was one of their favorite things that they got was, so they're not, you can go to the dollar store, you can go to the,
your garage sales right now, or, you might have garage sales where you can pick up, there's a lot of times they're gently
used store books, but, anything, when they couldn't read, it was a picture book, and then it got a little bit more into the early words, and then it got into some of the series by the time they were 10 and 11. And anyway, I remember that being really special for them, and maybe it's a good idea that you can do for your kids.
I love that idea.
Even if you're in town.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like getting an envelope from Mimi.
Yeah. Looking forward to
a book.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So I also want to mention last week was our Magic check-in for the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild, and Magic stands for my annual Good Intentions contract. At the beginning of the year, members can pick up to 5 projects that they either want to finish or FFO. Sometimes you have like your drawer or your under bed box that has a lot of things that have been languishing there. So to encourage people to finish them, we also have a category for, those FFO projects. And so members send in pictures of where they are in, for their pledge pieces. And then we did a slideshow and distributed prizes. And so I enjoyed putting that together. Some of the things that people have finished already was just, very inspiring. And it just really gets you wanting to get back to those pieces that have been languishing and get those finished. And so I wanted to, and then we were also, this guild is celebrating 25 years. It was formed in, year 2000. And it seems like the late 90s to early 2000s were kind of a golden age where a lot of guilds were starting up about that time. I belong to the Queen City Guild, which is celebrating 30 years this year. I think a couple years ago, Sampler Guild of the Rockies celebrated 25 years. And, I'm so appreciative of all those people and officers and board members and volunteers who've kept these guilds going for many years, because there were several years where cross stitch was kind of on the decline. And, they didn't have 200, 300, 400 members like some of these guilds have now.
They were pioneer women.
Yes, and they were passionate, and, they were meeting in person, so, that probably helps. But it just takes, a will to keep those guilds running. So I'm so appreciative they've kept them going. And I hope that there's a new generation of stitchers stepping up and joining these guilds and helping out so that we can continue our love of this craft and learning about it and improving our skills into the future. And then I wanted to mention one upcoming retreat that I was contacted about. The Old Green Cupboard is hosting their first retreat June 19th through 22nd at the Marywood Community Center. And it looks like this is, I think, sometimes I say the wrong direction. It looked to me, I think it was south of Jacksonville, Florida. Cost is $375, and registration includes all meals, door prizes, freebies, fun events, and more. And so that's on sablestitcher.net. If you do a search for, you could do Green or Marywood, you can find out some more information and who to contact to sign up for that retreat here. And like I said, it's their first retreat, so I don't have any feedback from anyone who's attended. But
oops, excuse me.
No, I thought that was something outside.
Oh, it's my squeaky shoes.
So, all right.
Okay. Yes,
now on to stitching.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Itchy nose. Okay. Book of days. I got to start 3 new things. We got to finish 3 things. So I'm really excited about that.
That looks pretty in blue.
So, yep. I don't know where pink went, but it's blue. So that's what I've got so far.
Mine is pink, and I try to work on up to 3 things a day, but a lot of days, because I was sitting down at 7 or 8 to stitch, I only got to stitch on 1, but I have 2 new starts and a finish, so I am excited. Okay. All right. And I showed mine. So do we want to start with finishes? You want to show
I brought some finishes, and then I brought a treasure from my mom. Because, it's Happy Mother's Day, so Happy Mother's Day weekend to all the mothers and grandmothers and aunts and uncles and dads and, anybody that's in a mother. There's older siblings probably. But anyway, I'm going to show you some things that
I sent Mother's Day gifts to my daughter-in-laws, and I was checking the tracking today, and one took it from 3 days to go from here to Chicago, and now it's on its way to Colorado.
Oh,
so it's going to be late. Everything's going to be late, but as long as it gets there.
I want to thank Susan. Susan from Seattle had sent us some things to share with y'all, which we're going to do. So thank you so much, Sharon. That was so Sharon. Sorry, Susan. But anyway, she also sent this card that was hand painted by one of her friends, Richard Kessler. I just think that this is the most beautiful watercolor. So really pretty and a very nice note. So thank you, Susan. Okay, I just had brought some little things over. I had made this for Ike for our anniversary last year. It was a key to my heart, and we were married in 1971, so we will have our 55 since we've known, 56, I guess, since we've known each other, so 54. So, wow.
And my inverse, we're 45 this year.
I know, because you're one decade ahead of us.
We're 80,
Yep.
1980, so.
Easy to remember. And then I had just finished this. I think this was a Brenda Gervais. And I found this at Hobby Lobby. It was just a perfect color of green. I didn't have to do anything to it. So
perfect size and everything.
Yeah, it just turned out real pretty. And I think these were...
It really complements the house.
I think so. Yeah, it's that color. I just couldn't pick out a better frame.
Yes.
And I think these were from Primrose. So I had to... Sorry. Is that right? Yeah. So they're little...
they're birdhouses.
They're
So
little
they're hanging
birdhouses.
from a little branch.
So I did that one. And then I had just tied a little bow on the back. And then I finished this one this week. So, and then little flower with a button cover in the back. And then I did have to show off I don't have her on a spool, but it's my little bobbin and her little
berry basket.
So I get to, my whip go this month is animal crackers, so I'm so excited. So I have some things to do. But I did want to show my mom and my sister were such artists. I mean, I like to think that we were all crafty, but we were all crafty in different things. My mom loved to paint. I loved to sew. My sister she was our hooker. So, but she loved to hook rugs and do punching and stuff. But my mom actually painted this. So, yeah, it's painted for my daughter Laura, with love, Merry Christmas, Mom, 1981. But she painted this man and this woman.
That's amazing.
She painted the little flowers on the side. So there's little flowers on the side there. And then, if you could open up that drawer.
Or I'll hold it.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So then she had covered... Well, that's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
So they open up, and so my sister always kept little things, which I now have, and I keep them in my printer store. But just a little memory from my mom, and I want you to look. I don't know if you can see how beautiful those little flowers, those little roses are.
That's a lot of work to do all those little roses.
Oh, my mom she was so good. So, anyway.
So pretty.
So I wanted to share that with you. Okay.
My FFO is Easter Blessings. This is a Calico confection. It's called Easter Silhouette by Calico Confectionery. I changed the colors to be DMC 3011 and
I like your bag.
Classic Colorworks Dublin Blue. I stuffed it with sawdust, and then I did, like Annie B's had mentioned, I put in fiberfill at the back. And then I used one of Liz Matthews' labels. You just put like Wonder Under on this. You iron on the label to the Wonder Under, cut it out, and then iron it onto the pillow.
Great idea.
So that covers the slit where I had cut the pillow for turning and stuffing. And I try to keep a stash of these little finishing products because you just never know what color you're going to need. And I thought this trim is Rainy by Lady Dot. I like to sew my trim on. It's kind of relaxing to me to sew it on. So I keep this little, I know you could like stitch it in between the seams, but I like to sew it on, and that just is easier for me. Here's the pom-poms that I used, Rainy by Lady Dot. So I had these in my stash, and I thought that was a good complement to the blue and the pillow. So, and I think this is on 40 count. I think we discussed this at Stitch Group, and I think it's on 40 count Heartland. So,
Very pretty.
and then here's the pattern. And this is a PDF, and she has an Etsy shop. And she also is sold in different other needlework shops as well.
Okay, my Whip Go, well, we'll get to that later. I finished something that I never heard. Oh, I wanted to go back to these little animal crackers. On Tiger Lily, yes. She has the most fantastic tutorial on how to finish little animal crackers. I think some people do feel a little intimidated, because I know I felt intimidated the first time I did it, and it was very, very easy. But if you watch, she even has to how you can get the pocket on the back. But if you watch Tiger Lily on YouTube, she will show you the most fantastic way to finish these little sweet things. Okay. So then I decided I was going to purchase. I love this pattern, or this book, The Stitching Rules by Primrose Cottage. So what I really want to do is this. It follows down this way. Then it says, "No frogging allowed." I mean, I'm sure that doesn't happen to you guys, but it sure happens to me a lot. So I decided I was going to make me a box. So I have a little stitchy box of I did the no frogging allowed, and then put it on the top. And then I have a little button cover, and just put some rickrack around it. And also on YouTube, Christy and Susie, the Happiest Stitches on Earth, they also have a great how-to tutorial on how to make these little boxes.
So do you glue this? You glue that on?
I glued this on.
Okay.
I glued this on.
Need the button cover and glue that
And then
on.
this
Okay,
is all
very
glued
cute.
on, and just glued. It's mostly glued. I didn't use hot glue. I just used Eileen's glue. So
But I do too. I don't use.
Yeah.
I hardly ever use hot glue.
okay, so the inside.
How cute.
All right.
You hold and
Let's
you can-
see. I've got green Wonder Clips. I got some stickers.
And you said you got the clips from Amazon?
Amazon came from the clips. I got a couple of pins. It's a bee and like a little snail. And then there's my little frog. And then these are just frog paper clips. So I got some of those.
And you said those were also from Amazon?
Those were from Amazon also.
Okay.
The box is Landici, so from Amazon.
And sometimes they're on sale.
Then I got some stickers, and then right here, this was just my own. I put ribbit on it with the frog, and then some frog stickers, and then just like a little curtain over the. Oh, let's see. This is just that little
Pocket.
pouch.
Yeah.
So I just put some material, and then down below, what have I done? I got a lily pad for my little frog pin to stick in, and then I found this at Hobby Lobby. It's just a little frog that's got little stuff in it. That's my needle holder. Got little jars with buttons and little jars with, it had little hearts and green hearts. Then I bought green scissors and a green ripper outer. And then there's a little, what do you call it, magnets down here that I can put my needles. And then I found this little cute thing at the antique store. Look at the little tatting on the top of it.
Oh, sweet.
So it's just for fun.
Who would know there's so many frog-related
I
little
know.
accessories
So-
out there?
And so there's
That's a
my
great
little
idea.
frog box.
Very cute.
All right. So that That I spent a lot of time on.
I bet that'll bring you a lot of joy as
Yes.
over the
As
summer.
When I'm frogging, it's like, oh, let me get my frog box out. So instead of saying, oh, I got a frog. So I got that. And then again, I'm working on Lily as part of my whip go. I didn't get too far on it. So got a little needle minder.
Sweet.
And
There's been so many finishes. We're talking last night about all the different finishes of Lily, and
so
people are so creative.
I've changed mine a little bit. Here is my 18 count overcast.
So that's what. See, to me, I would have guessed overcast was a gray. I don't know that
I did too. I did too. So when it came, but I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
All right. So here's my Lily. I just started her. She is going to have eyelashes. And I know it looks like a beak right now, but I'm hoping it looks like she's got lipstick on. So I might have to rearrange that a little bit. So that's all I've got on her so far. So I'm hoping she's like, mwah. So we'll see. And I have an extra Lily.
Because you have to kiss a lot of frogs, right?
Yeah, you got to kiss a lot of frogs. And so we'll see, but I think she's really cute. We'll see how she turns out. But I do have an extra Lily because I was so excited I bought 2 of them.
As we are prone to do.
I know. So at the end of the show, we'll be giving Lily away.
Okay.
All right.
I did finally mail out to Terry, the winner. She won the pillow that I had shown in our last video, so I mailed that out today.
And she's just done on the floss on this. Oh, I actually bought some. I haven't done anything with them yet, but I got some.
Oh, cute.
Frog floss drops.
Floss drops.
So, oh my goodness. And it's just done mostly weeks. Okay.
Oh, there's my picture. Okay, I am working on, this is a small picture of it, I don't know. Martha Evans was part of my whip go for April, and I was a little behind, so I was finishing up on this since our last video. I'm stitching this. This came as a kit, I believe, from the attic, and it's 40 count vintage lighted exemplar.
And that floss shows up so well on that.
Actually, it's going to be like that. And so, and this is, what is this? These are the silks, the Averiswa silks. So I can't hold them up and have them be all pretty, like, you know, but I have them all in floss away bags. So I got a little more.
Okay.
So I did work on that as part of my whip go.
Yeah, that red and green on there is just awesome.
I love it. I'm not going to say I can't wait to get back to that because, you know, you say that about everything.
Oh, go ahead. I went 2 in a row.
Okay. This next one is my most recent start. I know several people are doing like a Market Maynia. Jem from Stitching Gem is doing that. And Tiger Lily is stitching like 1 new thing a week. I know Tiger Lily's starting 5, and I think Jem is starting 4. I'm hoping to start 4 or 5.
Oh.
So I picked up Spring Fragment from Shakespeare's Peddler, and I started stitching it on 40 count cobblestone. And as I was stitching this, someone showed it. Did Jem show it? I'll have to scroll here. Someone showed how they were stitching it, and they were, I think it was Nicole from Nicole's Needlework was stitching this on Black Swan. I thought, okay, I'm not that far. I'm going to go ahead and restart. Well, I happened to have the called for Dark Soil, so I restarted it on Dark Soil. I do have Black Swan, but I would have to unkit something to get that, and I didn't want to do that, so I started it on 40 count Dark Soil by XJU Designs. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah.
It's showing up lighter. I'm trying to see. It's showing up lighter here than what it is.
Yeah, but on the dark.
Yeah. And then here is, I pulled some of the if you have this pattern, I will let you know. Be sure you check out how many stitches, before you buy a full skein of this or that, because some of these things are just for like a wing, some very tiny areas. So I basically pulled what I had, and then I also just pulled close things that I think would be close from stash. And so if this
like
works,
this on there too.
So that is some from stash. That is supposed to be Tennessee red clay, and this is Classic Colorworks. This was an exclusive color a few years ago, Storm Lake Sunrise, because it's just a little bit for flowers, and I think with just one strand, I don't think it's going to be jarring.
No, but it sure does pop.
Yeah, I think so. That is there's a little bitty flower here. And it's,
yeah, that's hardly worth buying a skein.
So, and I think it's one other place too, but sometimes designers will put back here if there's just a small amount, but just check that out before you invest in a whole skein, and you might just want to pull something from stash. So
Did you show the?
That's the
pattern?
summer one. This was the spring.
That's
what I
right.
started
That's why it was
on,
different.
so, yeah. But that one, I hope, isn't that pretty too? The summer. I also have her summer fragment, which I bet
I like that one because I like berry bowls.
Well, I bet it's just stunning on this linen.
Yeah.
So,
Well, a little mixture from cross stitch, and I've gotten behind, so I got to get busy. This was my Barn Series May, and I haven't even taken it out of the package yet. But look how pretty and bright. And tulips. And again, it's the whole kit. So I've got my wool in the back. So my Mother's Day,
Pretty.
I think I am going to work on some wool.
that's my
Unless it's absolutely fantastically gorgeous outside. And then I might have to start exercising and do some laps. The raft down to one end and then the raft down to the other end. I don't know. It's still pretty chilly outside, but it's supposed to be.
You acclimate quickly.
It goes numb after a while, so, might as well. So we'll see. We are. And so this is my June.
Oh, that just makes you want to stitch patriotic.
I know
doesn't
it. I'm so excited about it.
Oh, that's gonna be really
this
neat.
is my June, and then my wool on the back. So my stitch club I go to this week is wool, and so I'm just gonna work on these two to at least get them transferred.
Okay.
And then get them on there, and then all I have to do is sew them, which I'm caught up, except for March. March I still haven't done. I'm still having trouble bending my rainbow. But anyway, so got those two to do. Okay.
I had another start. This is my other start for Market Maynia. This is not from this year's. I don't even know if this is from last year's market, but I've had it in my stash and wanted to start it. Tulip Fields by Stacy Nash, and I want to be able to do a mattress pincushion. So I am doing this on 40 count Mayflower linen, and that's how far so it's not very big. That's how far I've just kind of doing the outline of the top of the pincushion with the called for flosses. These are, I think, All Weeks Dye Works. I have this in my Vintage Owl Lady bag. With the stamps, the purple, and then the colorful bob.
Wow.
I think they're
I love
bobbins
it.
or like thread labels
the
on
ends,
top of
the
it.
ends of it or something.
Isn't that fun? And then here's, I guess I need to pull a few more of the flosses, but a lot of these I just tried to pull from stash because it's not very big, so I don't think it's going to take very much of anyone's skein. That's my colors for that.
Okay, back to our strawberry patch. We have a strawberry patch in the backyard, and it is full. I bet you there's thousands of strawberries back there. So I can't wait. So.
Wow. Do you make jam or anything? Or pie?
We freeze it a lot and then make smoothies.
Okay.
And ice cream.
There's nothing like homegrown strawberries.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh my God.
My husband's family used to grow them when he was growing up. They had a huge patch of. They had a strawberry patch, but vegetables and huge garden in the backyard, and they would sell them, and that's how they made money to go on vacation in the summer. Why are you giggling? What do you think I was going to say?
Well, no, I have to laugh at I'm laughing at Levi. He took some of because the rabbits were getting and eating our strawberries.
Oh.
And so he took some of the patch and
So I need to grow strawberries to keep them away from my...
Well, this is, I mean, I just thought it was funny. Maybe it's not that funny. But anyway, he took some of the patches from the strawberries and moved them to a different patch. And I go, do you think rabbits are smart enough to know that that's their patch? Not the patch inside the big patch?
Yes.
I don't know.
That's my son has
It's some guy thing. I don't know.
Well, my son has the same theory about squirrels. They eat, like he can't put Halloween, they can't put pumpkins out on the porch because the squirrels eat the pumpkins. So he leaves them like peace offerings on the top of the fence, and he thinks that's... They'll eat that.
I know, it's like, don't eat in that big patch. I built you this patch just for you. Now you eat over here.
He doesn't have it labeled so that you know.
Maybe that's the problem. He doesn't have it labeled. And it's like, Levi. So, I have a little joke for you. Why do mama kangaroos hate rainy days?
Something about their pouch, I'm sure.
It was like, then the kids have to play inside. And there's a whole lot of shaking and panning going on. Okay, back to stitching. All right. And my Sherry's So Sweet bag, which is one of my favorite bags, Sherry.
Such
Thank
a great
you
size.
again. So inside has my SAL that I am doing with Christy. Happiest Stitches on Earth. And mostly classic color works, because it's a
pretty
stitching with the housewives. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. There it is. It's the monthly weigh-in for June. We wanted to do strawberries. All right, I got a little bit more done. Still not completed yet. So I ironed everything else, but I didn't iron this.
I didn't iron anything. Everything's taking so much longer than I ever thought, so.
Okay. Needles and threads and everything. Okay. So here is mine that I got done. I've got the inside of the scale. That seems to be taken in and it's all white, so you know how that goes. So I got that done. So I need to do the face or the numbers.
A ball jar.
And then I've got the ball jar. Do have the strawberries in that, but I don't have all the strawberries in the basket up at the top. So here's my pattern. So I'm getting there, Christy. I'm working on it.
So cute.
My other, just quickly,
Oh, that's so pretty. That looks really great on that linen.
Yeah, and that's just an 18. That's an 18.
Looks great.
Something out of my drawer. My pigeon in a petal. I did order. I tried doing the water. It wasn't working out. I did order some new floss. That's very variegated, and I'm just going to use that. Okay. That's that. This is just another one I want to do. Just for some more strawberry. I hardly have any strawberries, which I'm shocked. Okay. Ready? All right.
Oh, I thought I would have a finish. Just I'm so close.
Oh, you are. Oh my gosh, you got so much done since last time.
I just have to finish the little stocking tree and a couple little motifs, and then I will be done with this, and we'll wait for there to be a framing sale so I can get it framed, because that one is big. Again, this is by Samplers Not Forgotten, Peace on Earth, and it is on 36 count winter, I think it's 36 count winter woolens, and it was a kit from Country Sampler, but now I think it's available at other places as well.
Boy, you'll have it done in time for Christmas. I mean, have it framed and have it up.
Hopefully.
Oh gosh, it's beautiful.
I'm so happy with it.
I would be too.
I'm very happy, but I thought I would be done. So tomorrow is my Santa Sunday. I always try to stitch on something winter or Christmas related on Sunday, so maybe tomorrow. I hope so.
Well, speaking of Christmas, I did a whole lot on Mr. North Pole. I got almost his jacket done.
That's a very long jacket.
Almost down to, I'm down to all the, I'll show you. I'm down to all the design in his coat. So I'm down to all that design. And then after that, I just have lots of trees and the rest of the border. So, but I'm not giving up on him because I want him done by Christmas also. And I am doing, this is, I promised somebody I would do this and I didn't. It's on 32 Bramble. And I'm using 1/1. No. 2/2. Okay.
Okay. I have two more. This is one that I have a monthly assignment on, Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs, and the monthly assignment, which I'm trying to finish right now for April, is the bowl, the fruit bowl there. And this is how far I am on it. I've had to frog on this one too, because
there you go.
Got off on a few stitches and
look at you in that urn.
Still not totally thrilled with it, but I can't wait to start doing the blue house.
God, I've got to get over this.
I have a little needle in here because I just stopped. I was working on Friday is my fall Friday, so I was just stitching on this last night.
I've got to get over the fear of that. Very pretty.
Thank
Very
you.
pretty. Okay, let's see. I want to apologize to Barbara. I did not work on Indigo Lane. I had too much fun with my stitchy box, so I kind of set it aside, but I will pick it back up next month.
Touched a lot of different things this month, or these past couple of weeks.
These are my... Okay, one more, because WIPGO was... This month, it was my bunnies and my animal crackers. So, I picked a bunny animal cracker to work on and my WIPGO. So this is Harrison. So I got him down.
Killing two crackers with one stone.
I am.
So two genres with one stone.
So, and I'm almost through with his sweater. I have started. His hands will be right in here. So, let me get the pattern out.
Well, he looks like he could talk. He just really...
Oh, I just love their faces. So that's my Mr. Harrison. He has a bag
sweet.
And some carrots and a carrot. But I think I'm going to finish this like Tiger Lily does, and put the pocket in the back. So that I'm working on him. And you go ahead.
I have one. So the other one I worked on Thursday is the day I try to work on Rose Quaker. I know several people have joined in on doing this, and I'm sure you're much farther than I am, but I am enjoying it. I pulled some of the called for colors and some from stash. I'm doing this on 40 count marbled bunny.
Oh, I like those colors
I
too.
know, they're just
on that fabric.
Elegant and kind of, they're a little different than what I usually work with. And here is my progress. So I finished this motif up here, and then I started
When
this
you
as
get those
like a
other
little wreath.
motifs on there, it really makes a difference.
It's fun. Everyone has a little bit different colors on it, and it's just fun seeing how they all play together. So slowly making just a little bit of progress. Hopefully every week on that. It was a download, and it's, let's see, 7. Trying to see how many pages. 8. I think it's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pages. So
Oh, I've been looking for those.
I don't think I even have a page done yet, but I'm enjoying it. So it's all part of enjoying the journey, right?
That's right. And boy, I don't want this. I don't want this month to end.
I
Because,
know the weather has been so fun, and
Well,
it's
and-
been wonderful.
and I got to pick animal crackers, so I'm really excited. So I brought my animal crackers just to show you. I do have Hazel. I could not put my hands on her right away, so she's somewhere in my whip closet. But anyway, I wanted to share if you hadn't seen them. And most of these, I've got the floss, or they're kitted, so I'm going to try to get as many threads in them as I can. All right, there's Millie, the elephant. And again, she's got weeks. This is Chili, the penguin. I think most of these carry weeks, and I have the floss for that. Okay, my little bobbin. I've already done. I did get a crumb. This is Goose, which I have to laugh because we call Pippa Goose when she gets to coughing. But my mom always collected giraffes. So I'm kind of doing this. We'll work on this for Mother's Day tomorrow. And memory of Mom and making her giraffe. I don't know whether I'm going to do the hat or not. I haven't got that far yet. Okay, and I have Nettle. Our friend Kay just finished this. Oh my gosh. It is. She doesn't have it finished, but she's finished stitching it. And it is so cute. That little black mask is just too much.
It's precious.
And Quincy, he's an older one. He's also a crumb. Just because we like owls.
Yes.
Renard.
We should do this one together. You got this
Oh,
for
we
me.
should.
He's really cute.
Maybe.
I bet he's even cuter in person.
Yeah, maybe.
He's little.
Yeah,
Maybe he's little.
Maybe he's little. Renard is part of the British series.
I love him.
I love his pants.
The fox and the badger. I love those. I do. Do I have him? I don't think I have him. I have the squirrel.
I don't have the badger.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
There's a badger. Yeah, it's a badger. I'm pretty sure.
And then I have
'Cause
Paisley, which is one of the snowmen.
I hope
And Whitaker,
she's so cute too, with her
Another
little design in
little
her
snowman.
clothes.
And our famous Maggie May. Gotta do her.
Oh.
And then this is the new one I got, Blizzard. I think he's a little cat. But he's got his little pin keep is a cup of cocoa. So those are all the ones that I have so far. I know there's a lot more out
so
there.
Sweet.
But I want to collect them all. Oh, I think this is that new Classic Colorworks that came out at Market. I think I'm changing Maggie Mae's sweater to that pink.
Ooh, pretty. Yes, that rosé or whatever is
Yeah,
really pretty.
sparkling rose. Okay,
I'm down to Paul.
I just have. I don't have any. I just have. I don't have any haul. I just have plans.
Okay.
So you go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Denise, who gifted us these for a future giveaway. So thank you. We have spring sampler. And then this also will, when we give this, it'll also come with a floss and some linen. Fox and Rabbit, A Breath of Spring. And she has linen with that one. And then the MC sampler from Antique Needleworkers. And she has linen and floss with that one. So thank you, Denise. We really appreciate your generosity. And these will be going out in a giveaway very, very soon. It's just probably not this month. Everyone is busy in May. May is always such a busy month.
We have, well, we will have a senior next year, but then we'll have Grant, and then 2 years later we'll have Wyatt, but Mason will be graduating from college, and then it'll be Luke, and then we'll start all over again. And God forbid we have weddings or baby showers in between, so it could happen.
It's always, Clara is graduating from I don't know if they're doing a graduation ceremony
they
at her
should.
pre-K. I haven't heard that, but we will definitely be going out in August for her first day of school. So,
Oh, gosh.
I always think of her when I am at the bookmobile and I see these elementary kids and they go from being little bitty to they're so big by the time they're in fifth grade. It's
Laura and them just wrapped up all their paperwork for Wyatt to start high school, and he's our baby. So, and he's starting high school this year. So, yeah.
Oh, I know. I am part of the Dying to Stitch Sampler Sewing Circle, and I just got the first project. It's by Robin Sampler Bird, and it is called, let's see, Blessed Are the Merciful, a Quaker motif-inspired sampler. And I had, somewhere in my plans, I wanted to start this. It's so gorgeous. And then the way they kit them up.
I just got some, what color is that? I just got,
That linen? Sorry, I'm going to put it down.
It was stitches, or Stitching by Jim, or Dyeing by Jim. Anyway, it's a new fabric club, and I just joined it. And it's a real pretty kind of cream.
This is French Vanilla
Okay.
by R&R.
I don't think that was, but it was real close to that color.
Okay. Then this I got off, and then I told you I was part of the Queen City Sampler Guild. It's celebrating their 30th anniversary. And they gifted us this chart, this exclusive chart by Plum Street Samplers.
I like that.
And the floss, you can get the kits through Keepsakes. So isn't that pretty?
Very pretty.
Very pretty. And I had got this from a secondary market. I forget what I was, how you go down rabbit holes sometimes, and I came across Heart's Ease Exemplar Works, and I just loved everything what she had done over the past years. And so I was on a search, and I found Mary Sophia's Pennsylvania German sewing set and ordered that. And boy, that just, I just love everything about it. I just like the
just
colors.
Had that sitting down at your table at a retreat.
Yeah, and set those little, I haven't done a Biscornu yet. I do want to do a Biscornu, and she has actually stacked Biscornus on this set. And yeah, I just think it'd be really pretty. She had a reproduction trunk made that this all fits in. So, and she gives a source for the person who made the trunk, but nice. I just thought that was fabulous. So that is other than maybe, buying floss or something for some of my things that I've kitted up, that's it. That's it for me. So
I just have a couple things, and that I showed you last month, but I have worked on them a little bit more because I got into the couldn't help it. I got into the Americana, and I am so sorry that this is out of print. I wish they would bring it back. So the America, I'm working on it, and I got some more of the flag. So still a lot to do, but every chance I get, I try to bring it out. But now that I'm working on the animal crackers, it's probably going to go back in for a little bit. So I've got that one. And it's all on. Oh, darn it. I believe I'm going to say 28 count because I'm doing 2/2. And
They're just a very neutral linen because there's almost like full coverage. Well, there's
Yeah.
full coverage on the border.
And I'd say 90% of these are DMC. I changed one of the reds because I wasn't getting the light red out, and I changed it to clay pot. But everything else is DMC.
Okay.
Called for DMC.
Pretty.
Okay.
I love that. Yes, yes. We wish Elma would bring that back. Hint, hint.
Yes, hint. Bring it back. Bring it back. I'm sure they're listening to us. Okay, this one I did show
so
you.
cute.
I did not do anything else on it since I showed you the last time. This is Hello's. Here it is. Plum Street Hello Summer. I'm using all the called for colors, which are weeks. One Saltbush, Fox and Rabbit, 36 count, 1/1.
1/2.
1/2. 1/1. Who am I kidding?
You could do it. You just never know. One of these days you might.
I know.
Might just take off and start.
I might just pick it up and I'm going to say, "Oh, that was a 40." And this is my beggar's 4th. I have not started it at all. I think I had the fabric. I'm not fabric. Floss. And it only calls for weeks and general arts, but it only calls for five colors. And so I haven't picked up the fabric yet. But I want to start that. So
Very cute.
those are my I know it's not close to 4th of July, but it's
Well, it's close to Memorial Day, so it's kind of getting
Oh, wait a
in the
minute. I
season.
did pick out the fabric.
Okay.
It's cut from something else, so I have no idea what it is. I'm going to say it's 36, so it'll be 1/2. But I just love the fact that it only has 5 colors. So, okay. All right, that's it.
Okay. In my plan, let's see. I'm hoping to start spring. What is it called? Spring Moon. I'm going to start Spring Moon this week. I think is the one that I want to start as part of my start-a-thon, my May Market Maynia. Did that come out this? No, that didn't come out this year because I know someone who did it before. But that's going to be when I'm going to start. And I just wanted to share this with you. So next week I'm going to be heading up to the Farm Girl Gatherings Retreat in Door County with Paulette Stewart. Looking forward to seeing a lot of old friends up there and meeting new friends. And this is what I won at last year's Farm Girl Gathering. This is a silver needle exclusive that was stitched by Katrina Devine. And I just love it. And so I have been displaying this all year. And But if you are looking for the pattern, it was a silver needle exclusive, and it's a blackbird design. It has not, to my knowledge, been released since then. But
So pretty.
not pretty.
Oh, yes. I like the way you finished it.
And then blackbird finishing, or fabric finishing on the back as well. So, and then if you had noticed up there, I changed out my display up there, kind of be a little more garden themed, and I put out Quaker Bird, and that is a Brenda Gervais pattern that I stitched several years ago. So, I just got it framed last year. So, all right. So, we will be back around May 30th. Just like I said, May is a busy month, so it's going to be about 3 weeks, unfortunately, before we get back. But it looks like that because that's how things have been going. So, all right. So, happy Mother's Day.
Yes, I do have another funny. My husband was reading these off last night, and I was writing them down. Do you know what the fastest land? Yeah, rewind. Do you know what the fastest land animal is?
Women on the way to a cross-stitch shop.
Close, except we're talking about Mother's Day.
Oh.
It's a toddler chasing a toddler saying, "What do you have in your mouth?"
Oh, that's so true. Yes.
Let's see. Oh, I love this one. Ike said I had to read this one. Mother's Day starts off in a fairy tale reverse. You start off in a ball gown and end up in rags taking care of small people. All right. What we've been working on and what we want to work on, and what I look in my room and I look at all the stuff that needs to be worked on and surprises that I don't even know I'm going to work on. But anyway.
That just makes me want to sing the Carol Burnett song that she used to sing at the end of the show.
Oh, we're so happy
for this time together. Something to share, a laugh, and sing a song. We just get started, and before you know it, it'll be time for us to say so long.
And then she goes like this.
Okay, apparently I watched way too much TV in my youth.
Go ahead.
I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. I hate when I wait for Mom to fix dinner.
Why?
Then I'm the mom. You know we have to tell a bedtime story.
Yes, we do.
Okay. So Mom decided that life would be more exciting with a pet now that her kids are gone. She went to the pet store and told the owner she wanted something unique. After some discussion, she settled on a talking centipede, which came in a white box that served as its home. Once home, the mom started to start their friendship by taking the centipede to church. She knocked gently on the box and asked, "Would you like to go to church with me? It'll be fun." Silence, no response. A little puzzled, she waited a moment, then tried again. "How about coming to church with me? You'll be blessed." Still nothing. Now slightly frustrated, she waited a few more minutes before giving it one more final try. This time, she leaned close to the box and shouted, "Hey, do you want to go to church with me or not?" Finally, a tiny, exasperated voice came from the box. "For the love of God, I heard you the first time. I'm putting on my shoes."
Very cute.
Good night.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We hope you have a couple of weeks of great stitching time, and we look forward
3 weeks.
Three, that's right.
3 weeks.
We look forward to coming back to you and having lots of stitchy goodness ourselves and sharing with you again. But
So
we appreciate
take care.
you.
Have fun. Love ya. Bye.